Angel Reese back in action.
Angel Reese is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not for her skills on the basketball court. Instead of focusing on improving her game during the off-season, Reese has been spending time responding to fans and engaging with them on social media.
Reese, she's currently dealing with a circus online. Now, Angel Reese went out of her way to respond to a fan late last night on X, and I'm here to tell you she went.
Angel Reese is taking a different approach this offseason compared to other WNBA players. While many are focused on intense training for the upcoming season, Reese has been in the spotlight for her podcast interviews and outspoken comments about her salary. Even her gym sessions have sparked criticism, leaving fans frustrated with what they see as misplaced priorities. Some are now questioning if Reese might be losing focus at a crucial moment. In this video, we'll break down the controversy, the stats, and what this might mean for her future in the WNBA.
Somebody came out on Twitter, talked a little bit to Angel Reese, and Angel Reese fires back, snap back, clap back, heart attack, comes after the fan, responds. The response is...
Angel Reese has found herself in the middle of another social media storm this offseason. Instead of focusing on improving her game, Reese has been caught up in online drama, and her public relations efforts seem to be falling short. The latest incident began when a fan criticized her shooting, particularly her layups. Instead of addressing the critique calmly, Reese fired back with a snarky comment, dismissing the fan entirely. This exchange quickly went viral, with fans mocking her response and pointing out her shooting struggles. Now, her online behavior is getting as much attention as her on-court performance, raising questions about her priorities this offseason.
Shooting 39% on the year as a power forward, as a four, as somebody who shoots within 5 feet of the basket on, let's say, 90% of your field goal attempts, that's not too good.
But it didn't stop there. On her podcast, Angel Reese unapologetically addressed the backlash from Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever fans. She didn't hold back, sharing her perspective on the criticism and making it clear she wasn't afraid to speak her mind.
Really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful.
So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, and now the Indiana fans that are so supportive of her. And I respect that, respectfully. But sometimes the way they come at me is very disrespectful, Angel Reese stated on her podcast, addressing the backlash.
9% taking a majority of layups. Angel, whether you're a rookie, whether you're a veteran, whether you're a high school player, whether you're a kindergartner, 39% on layups and putbacks isn't that.
Her attempt to explain herself only made things worse, further alienating Indiana Fever fans and sparking even more debates about her priorities. Angel Reese has become a lightning rod for criticism, with many questioning whether she is more focused on responding to backlash than improving her game. But beyond the drama, there's a bigger issue, her performance on the court. The numbers don't lie, and Reese's stats are raising just as many concerns as her off-court behavior. While her off-season antics have certainly turned heads, the most troubling evidence isn't in her tweets, it's in her performance metrics.
Say they're not stat padding because the game against the Fever, all the starters were out and Angel Reese was still in and so she could get her double-double, right? And then there was a game, I forget who they were playing, but they were losing by 20 again. And they pulled all the starters but Angel Reese. As soon as she gets the double-double, they pull her out the game. That's stat padding. And if you deny that, then you're...
Shooting just 39% on layups and putbacks is a glaring issue, regardless of your experience level. Whether you're a rookie, a veteran, a high school player, or even a kindergartner, 39% simply isn't good enough for such high percentage shots. For Angel Reese, these struggles only add fuel to the ongoing criticism about her priorities and performance.
I know that you're the second biggest WNBA player. I know you're the second biggest name in the league. I know there's Caitlin Clark, and then Caitlin Clark, and then Caitlin Clark, and then you. I am aware.
Let's start with her shooting last season. Angel Reese shot just 39.1% from the field, which is well below the league average. Even more concerning, her accuracy within 5 feet of the basket was only 44.5%, one of the lowest in Delta NBA history for someone with her volume of attempts. For context, the league average for close-range shots is around 60%, then there's her rebounding. While Reese led her team in offensive rebounds, a closer look reveals a flaw. Many of those rebounds came off her own missed shots. This has created a frustrating cycle of missed shots, offensive rebounds, and repeated attempts. Fans and critics have labeled this stat padding because her rebounding numbers don't turn into actual scoring opportunities for her team.
Was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1% from the field.
To make matters worse, Reese's inefficiencies stand in sharp contrast to players like Caitlin Clark. Despite spending more time on the perimeter, Clark managed an impressive 62% shooting accuracy within 5 feet of the basket. As a guard, she also led the league in three-pointers made and assists. Clark's numbers highlight growth and efficiency, while Reese's areas of concern reveal clear weaknesses that still need significant improvement. This comparison only intensifies the scrutiny Reese faces regarding her performance and focus.
Imagine if your first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie? Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down.
Ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about you got me one.
But it's not just about individual stats. Reese's struggles have bigger implications for her role on the Chicago Sky. The team needs cornerstone players who can convert opportunities, not just rack up attempts, and these numbers don't exist in a vacuum. Fans and analysts have linked her on-court issues to her off-season behavior. When poor shooting and questionable decisions are combined with social media rants and practice videos that miss the mark, patience runs thin. If Reese doesn't address these inefficiencies, she could be looking at a long and frustrating season. To make matters more complicated, she just dropped a practice video meant to silence her critics, but it only sparked more controversy. We'll break it down next. And if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We really appreciate you watching. Now, let's get back to it.
Caught an amazing amount of stray bullets. An amazing amount. I guess Ben Simmons is known to release one of these propaganda kind of videos every year now.
Angel Reese's practice video was intended as a statement, an opportunity to show critics she was serious about improving her game. Instead, it became another source of controversy, raising even more questions about her priorities. In the video, Reese focused on three-point shots and mid-range jumpers, which puzzled fans. For a 6'3" power forward whose role is to dominate under the basket, practicing outside shooting seemed like an odd choice. Fans quickly took to social media to express their frustration, with one tweet saying, "She can't even make layups consistently, but here she is trying to play like Caitlin Clark."
Just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
I cover that. Yeah,
It
definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living.
The backlash wasn't just about what Reese was practicing, it was about what she wasn't. Critics pointed out that her training ignored major inefficiencies in her game, especially near the rim, where she ranked among the worst in the league for her position. Analysts questioned whether Reese fully understood her strengths and weaknesses as a player, stressing that she needed to focus on refining her inside game and improving her finishing. One fan, feeling the pressure, commented, "Instead, she's practicing skills that don't align with her role." This isn't the first time Reese's off-season decisions have left fans puzzled. While players like Caitlin Clark are posting videos of intense, role-specific drills, Reese's video seemed more like a branding opportunity than serious training. The disconnect between her practice focus and her actual needs on the court only fueled the criticism.
You're the female Antoine Jameson. You know who Antoine Jameson is? He got 20,000 points with his shot. Whatever your shot is, like everybody's shot.
To make matters worse, the practice video came right after an off-season filled with social media spats and red carpet appearances, making it difficult for fans to take her seriously. Many questioned whether the video was meant to silence her critics, or if it was just another attention-seeking move. Regardless, it backfired badly. Fans quickly drew comparisons to well-known practice clips of NBA players like Ben Simmons, where flashy training sessions failed to lead to real results on the court. This only added fuel to the fire, reinforcing the perception that her focus was misplaced.
A role player, not a star, certainly not a superstar, not a legend. Hey, you remind me of Antoine Jameson. Oh, nice player. Put up 20,000 points. No one's really heard of him. I think Antoine played at North Carolina. Anyway, Shaq slams Angel Reese.
Reese's training video wasn't just a missed opportunity. It was a reminder of her ongoing struggle to align her priorities with what her team and fans expect from her. The fallout from the video didn't stop with fans. Basketball legends also weighed in, making it clear that Reese's off-season choices were under intense scrutiny from every angle.
And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle. It's your vehicle to, Angel Reese has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlin ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part.
When legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Sue Bird weigh in on your off-season, it's clear that the scrutiny goes beyond just fans. Angel Reese's off-season choices have caught the attention of some of basketball's most respected figures, and the critiques are coming down hard.
Like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that.
Shaquille O'Neal, a former LSU star and longtime supporter of Reese, shocked many with his blunt remarks about her performance. Shaq compared her to a role player rather than the star she has been expected to become. For someone who has been so vocal in his support, this critique wasn't just surprising. It was a wake-up call.